Okay, so I thought I'd just record a couple of quick videos to enhance the process and hopefully improve the ease of use. So firstly, on the spreadsheet that you're filling out, I thought it would be probably useful as you process each postcode just to highlight that it's being processed. So that way, then we know where you've got to in the spreadsheet, given there are lots of postcodes and data items in here. So as you go down, each of the different postcodes, just turn it to. I've just chosen orange, so I've just done the first few. So you can see, here we are. I've just changed them to orange. If you just go through, make sure that down to where you are, all the postcodes are turned orange, then we'll know very quickly what's been processed and what's not been processed. So hopefully that's very straightforward. So the second thing is on the right hand side in column N, I put this new column in, which I guess could be a little easier to read. Plus I'll change the text color to something different. That's better. Just again to make sure that we've processed each property. So as you process a property, so for instance, let's find one which satisfied the criteria. So down here. So if you've done this one, so on this detached property on Green Dragon Lane, once you've processed it, you can put a Y in there. What I will do then, when I check through the data on the analysis sheets on here, I will take a look at it, and if I find there's something wrong with it, whatever, then I will switch that to redo. Yeah. So as you come through each morning at the beginning of your process, just check in here if there's anything that needs to be redone, and then redo it. And then probably it makes sense, just so I know, if you can then just put -y, then I know to go through and just double check that it's all been done and we're good to go. Okay, so two simple processes. If you could just go through and just I did that a while ago, so I'm not sure if you've redone that particular property, but if you just go through the list and take a look at it. Now the other thing in the spreadsheet itself, in the analysis spreadsheet, what I will do is put comments on the right hand side, just to help guide in terms of something that it might be wrong or we could do better or whatever. So the redo on the other page will tell you that it needs to be done, and this will tell you what might be wrong with it or what might need improving. So go through and look at these, and then if you address it, whatever, then once you've addressed it, put just -OK afterwards, just so that I know you've done it, and then I can go through and at some point take out the comments. And sometimes what I will also do, just to make it as obvious as possible, and there's probably some in here somewhere, where I will highlight the data. So and I'll put something in there again. When you're happy with it, just put on the right hand side that it's all okay, and then I can just double check it. There was another one, or another couple there where I think for some reason here you'd picked up the wrong price. I think on here I haven't put a comment in, but I think unless it's been copied, that was the wrong price, and I think it might be possible. And we'll look at zoopla in the next video whether that should be fed in. So that's okay. Just where possible, try and keep the formatting the same. It's not doesn't have to be perfect, but it just looks a bit better when the formatting is similar. So if we can keep it the same, that would be good. Now just added another form here. So what I wanted to do at the end of day is let me just correct that error. That should be SA1. What I want you to do is record here the addresses of the properties you've analyzed. So let's go down. So for instance, if the property analyzed was 46B Worcester Place. Then what we'll do is copy that and put it in here. Now this does need to be, because this will be pulled into something else when I send out the letters. It does need to be case sensitive, so that needs to be, it's in Swansea, and the postcode was SA1 1JQ. SA1 1JQ. Now in some cases the address might have more lines in it, in which case there's an address line 4. These address lines are then used to go on to the letter that I will send out to people. Now maybe on here, or even on here, you'll find that there's more address details. If you struggle and the address perhaps doesn't make sense, then you can always go to the raw data and do a find on the postcode or on the address, and here you'll find potentially a little bit more in terms of the details. Yeah, so this is the raw data that was used to create that. So for instance, if it's a flat, then we're going to need to know that it's apartment 17, St Margaret's Court, Maritime Quarter, Swansea, and then obviously the postcode at the beginning. So that's if you get lost on what to do. And if you need to add an address 5, then that's fine, and I can work out what to do with that later. But once you finish these, what I will then do each day is send a letter to each of these people. Obviously we don't know their name, so we just use homeowner as the name of the person. But if you could go through and then do that at the end of each day, then all I need to do is take those addresses and feed them into the into the mail distributor, which we may get into a bit more detail later, which we may get to do a bit more on the actual mailing out. So that's it. Just to summarize, change it to orange when you've done the postcode. Put in when you've processed it, and if you see a redo, then you just need to see what might be wrong with the data. In here, check what you did last time just to see if I've made any comments. And then at the end of the day, pull out all the analyzed properties into this sheet here. So in the next video, I'll talk about the zoopla side of it, and hopefully that'll make that clear as well, and hopefully it's all very clear. Cheers, bye now.